Imagine an island lost in the Pacific Ocean where stone giants, the Moai, guard the silent majesty of an ancient civilization. An island where a once thriving society collapsed, leaving behind only mysteries and unanswered questions. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui as the locals call it, is a place shrouded in secrets that still stir the minds of scientists and travelers. Today, we embark on a journey through time to uncover one of the most intriguing pages in the history of this mysterious place, the Birdman ritual, and its connection to the selection of women, a tradition that may have played a key role in the fate of an entire people. Are you ready to dive into a world where myths intertwine with reality and ancient rites reveal new facets of human nature?
As you know, Rapa Nui, located more than 2,000 miles from the nearest inhabited place, remained isolated from the rest of the world for a long time. The local inhabitants, the Rapa Nui people, created a unique culture centered around the enormous stone statues, the moai, and a complex social structure. However, around the 17th century, something went wrong. Records speak of a period of social upheaval, famine, and possibly even cannibalism. What led to the collapse of this once prosperous civilization? And what role did the Birdman ritual play in it? To answer these questions, we need to turn to history and anthropological research.
The Birdman ritual, or Tangata Manu, was an annual competition held at the sacred site of Orongo, located on the edge of the Rano Kau volcano crater. Young warriors, representing different clans, had to descend the sheer cliffs to the sea, swim to the islet of Motunui, find the first sooty tern egg, Manutara, there, and bring it back to shore unharmed. The winner gained immense prestige for his clan, and his chief became the Birdman for a whole year, acquiring special status and influence. But why birds specifically, and why was the Manutara egg so important? To understand this, we need to turn to Rapa Nui mythology. Birds, especially seabirds, played an important role in their beliefs. They were considered messengers of the gods, a link between the world of humans and the world of spirits. The Manutara eggs symbolized fertility, new life, and hope for the future. In conditions of resource scarcity and social upheaval, the Birdman ritual could have become a way to redistribute power and maintain social order. But this is just one side of the coin. There is another, less known but no less intriguing version that connects the Birdman ritual with the selection of women. According to some researchers, the winner of the competition, among other things, gained the right to choose the most beautiful girl from all the clans. This girl would become his wife, and their union was meant to symbolize the renewal and prosperity of the community. Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But how true is this version? To answer this question, we must consider the social structure of the Rapa Nui people. Like in many other cultures, Rapa Nui had a strict hierarchy where power and influence were inherited. Clan chiefs held immense authority, and their decisions determined the life of the entire community. In conditions of resource scarcity. But let's look at this issue from another angle. Could the Birdman ritual have been a way to regulate population size and prevent further depletion of the island's resources? With limited resources, birth control could have been an important factor for the community's survival. The selection of women, as part of the ritual, could have been a way to limit the number of marriages and, consequently, reduce the birth rate. Of course, these are just hypotheses based on indirect data and interpretations. But they allow us to look at the Birdman ritual from a different perspective, to see it not just as a competition, but as a complex social mechanism aimed at maintaining balance in society and adapting to the environment. It is worth noting that similar rituals related to partner selection and strengthening social status are found in other cultures around the world. For example, some African tribes have initiation rites, during which young men must undergo difficult trials to prove their maturity and right to start a family. The winners of these trials typically gain the right to choose a wife and high status in society. Studying such rituals allows us to better understand the evolution of human communities and the influence of the environment on cultural development. The Birdman ritual on Easter Island is not just an exotic rite. It is a unique social adaptation that helped the Rapa Nui people survive in the challenging conditions of limited resources and social instability. But what happened to the Rapa Nui culture after the island was discovered by Europeans? Unfortunately, contact with the outside world brought not only new knowledge and technologies to the island, but also diseases, violence, and exploitation. The island's population sharply declined, and many ancient traditions were lost. However, despite all the difficulties, the Rapa Nui people managed to preserve their culture and identity. Today, they are actively involved in restoring ancient monuments, studying their history, and passing on knowledge to future generations. The Birdman ritual is no longer performed in its original form, but its symbolism and meaning are still alive in the people's memory. Maybe one day, with further research and new discoveries, we'll be able to unravel all the mysteries of Easter Island and fully understand the role of the Birdman ritual in the history of this enigmatic place. In the meantime, let's remember that every culture, even the most remote and least studied, has its own value and deserves our respect and attention. After all, it's the diversity of cultures that makes our world so rich and interesting. In conclusion, the Birdman ritual on Easter Island is not just a competition, it's a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that reflects the social structure, religious beliefs, and adaptation strategies of the ancient Rapa Nui people. The connection of this ritual to the selection of women, while still a subject of debate and discussion, points to the important role of women in Rapa Nui culture and society. Studying this unique ceremony allows us to better understand the evolution of human communities and the influence of the environment on cultural development. Easter Island continues to hold its secrets, and perhaps in the future, new discoveries await us that will shed light on the history of this mysterious place. But even now, we can confidently say that the culture of the Rapa Nui people is a valuable heritage that must be preserved for future generations. By studying the history and traditions of this people, we can learn a lot about ourselves and the world we live in. Let's continue to explore, ask questions, and seek answers to uncover all the secrets of Easter Island and understand how the ancient Rapa Nui people were able to create a unique culture that still amazes our imagination. After all, in every culture, in every ritual, in every tradition, lies a piece of the history of all humanity. By studying the past, we can better understand the present and build a brighter future. Do you believe that ancient rituals can hold answers to modern questions? Can we, by studying the past, avoid mistakes in the future? The questions remain open, but one thing is certain: the mystery of Easter Island will continue to captivate the minds of researchers and travelers